Banger today, man. Alright, so as you can see, I was up 1600 past my eval, and this was the last week to pass the eval. So it's crazy how it works out. And this is I've been trading for like a year and 3 months, around there, coming up on. I started like first learning in September 2023, and just passed my first eval. But honestly, I haven't been able to trade prop for the last 3 months. So like this could have happened a lot earlier. That's why I was like pretty confident, because I know what I'm able to do. It was just getting rid of FOMO, cleaning up my executions. Once I was able to do that, everything just fell into place, right? So yeah, so here's the setup. I kind of look over what my analysis was. I'll take the execution off. I'm just showing you what's going on. So on the daily, right, we tapped into this. We swept this liquidity, tapped into this 4 hour, and we're starting to move to the upside. And on the daily, right, I had marked out the previous day high. We're displacing towards previous day high. Like, it's pretty simple, right? Like, look at where price is going, right? Price either goes towards, on the high time frame, it goes from external to internal liquidity. So either go to, right, either move from like a fair value gap to liquidity. So we're probably gonna actually come up to this imbalance right here, but it's pretty obvious for me that we're going to previous day high. So what I was looking for a PD array that supported that, and we had this 1 hour gap that I marked out. Going from the 1 hour gap, we had a CISD on the 15 minute, and we're obviously displacing from there. Coming into open, I waited first 10 minutes of the market open, so 9:40 to look for a trade, right? Had this 15-minute gap, super simple. It was actually a little bit before 9:40, but we manipulated, came down to double tap, right? And that's, as I said, that was the adjustment I made. Instead of like entering, right, let's say we displaced through a CI and had a CISD right here before 9:40, it would usually come back and manipulate before then. So now I avoid that. We came down, swept this low one more time, displaced CISD, and once we tapped back in CISD, I entered. I put my stops at this low right here, and once it came down to tap this order block, it did come down to tap this order block or this breaker, and then I was still confident, and then we ended up expanding, coming into the macro, and it's crazy volatility. My target was actually here, but then I realized all I needed was I was already up enough to pass my account, so I just closed the trade, bro. I was like, what am I doing? So once I looked at my P&L and I was at 53,000. I was like, bro, why am I still in the trade? I exited the trade right there, at this first area of liquidity on the 1 hour right here, right, and it was aligned with standard deviation as well. Let me pull that out. It was aligned with standard deviation. We come up here, price starts to retrace a little bit, and then continue higher and heading towards previous day high as I predicted. So yeah, pretty simple. Markets has been super volatile, which is perfect because you can catch big moves, and the technicals are still the same, market structure is still the same. So it's pretty cool. Like, I didn't have to wait too long for this trade to play out. It just kind of ran towards my TP, and there's no news today, so that kind of shows you it doesn't even need to be markets kind of move similarly, regarding if there's news or not. So yeah, passed the account. But I still haven't received the email for the certification and whatnot. And what I'm actually going out of town Wednesday for work, so I'm not gonna be able to trade the rest of the week. So this is kind of perfect. I'll be able to trade tomorrow, but the rest of the week I'm not gonna be able to trade. I'll probably purchase another account. Try to get 2 accounts. And then I'll have 2 accounts that I've passed, and then activate probably one at a time. I'm gonna speak to some people to see what's the best way to go about it. But I'll probably activate one, get a payout, reinvest that, get another account, and then copy trade both accounts. If once I get that first payout on the first account, just so I have like a what is it called? Just so I have like a foundation, so in case I do blow one account, so I have another one, and it kind of alleviates the pressure off of that one account. Cause now this is the thing. Like this, yes, I just passed an eval. I'm funded now, cool. But it's just breaking that barrier of like reality of like putting that on a pedestal, like eval. Like now it's like I know I could run through evals in 3 trades. Yeah, 3 trades. I just run through eval, be picky with my trades, risk a good amount, and it's simple, bro. Like I could take 3 trades, win one, lose one, win one, and I still pass, right? If I'm risking it. And market's moving like this is a 3-1, so it's cool, bro. So yeah, bro. Like I'm pretty confident now. I already was, cause I knew what I had to do. Just I wasn't able to do it for the past couple months. Now I'm able to, and this year definitely. I said 10K a month. And that's what I'm hitting, bro. And I'm not gonna stop until I do, right? And even if I don't, a lot of people set milestones and then they don't hit it and they get discouraged. Like I'm never quitting. There's no going back, bro. I've already sacrificed so much. So yeah, this definitely feels good, bro. It hasn't really hit yet, cause like I don't really know. Like yeah, it hasn't hit yet, but it feels good though, bro. Like finally, I got this little barrier. Now move on to the next thing. Start mastering the XFA accounts. And start getting these payouts underway, and yeah, start milking these prop firms, bro, because this is kind of free. It's really free. Like, and I've backtested a month where I had 30%, where I had like a 30% month, or or a 15% month, right? So I already know what I'm able to do, right? So 15% month, and then let's say I have like 500K in funded, and I'm also looking to take profit and get other fundeds. And then once I get my first couple payouts, I reinvest that. That's when the game really starts, right? So you start stacking accounts, copy trading, and it's the same exact thing, just on with more capital, as I said. So yeah, bro. Like this year, I'm gonna milk these prop firms, bro. That's my word. Even though I just passed the eval, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, like XFAs. That's why I've been so prominent on like making sure my discipline is good and my discipline's in place, because I know I don't overtrade. I'm getting better at dealing with FOMO. I spoke to somebody in my Discord about it, talking about make sure you implement consequences if you do FOMO, feed into the feeling of FOMO, and do push-ups, go and run, do something that punishes you for making a mistake, because subconsciously you're gonna avoid that, knowing that there's pain at the other side of it. Just like anything else, we avoid pain as humans. So if you're able to implement that into something that's not going to benefit you, that's the easy way to win, to get over some problems. So yeah, definitely helped out, and look, the results show for themselves. So I'll kind of show you what the stats are like. So obviously 3% passed, 56% run rate, pretty good. I mean, with my 2.37 RR, that's actually really good. Yeah, so I could do better the first week. Second week, didn't really trade that much. Third week, I started seeing setups I like, had solid days, and then my losing days are smaller, right? So it's exactly how it's supposed to be. And yeah, bro, solid. Like finally, all the work is paying off. Everybody, for a long, it's like this game is so weird. It's like I use this example as like a sailor. It's like you're on this journey, and when the sailor's on a boat, he doesn't see the end destination. He doesn't see the shore, but he trusts that at the end there will be a destination and that he will get there, right? It just continues on the path. And like I heard this quote was like the path illuminates as you walk it, and that's exactly how it is, because you don't kind of learn as you fail, bro. Like failing is just learning, right? So as your journey goes on, like I knew, like I didn't think it was gonna take a year and 2 months to pass or to even start like understanding the markets or start to gain traction. Well, I would even say it was like a year, bro, to pass, because I really haven't been able to trade the past 3 months. But let's just say a year and 3 months. It doesn't matter to pass, right? And but all those habits, all those all the highlighted, but I I put a highlight on how important discipline was and the characteristics of a profitable trader outside of trading to make sure I knew, because that was the hardest part. I knew psychology was the hardest part about trading. It wasn't about technicals, but I actually struggled with technicals, and psychology wasn't that bad, right? Because I focused on that, and I just kind of lacked them technicals. So it just depends, right? But if you have bad technicals, your psychology is already gonna be shit, bro, because you don't trust your model, right? But if you trust your model, bro, you don't really care. You trust that at the end of the year you'll be up 60%, and if you have $1 million in funding, or $1 million in capital, or 7 figures in capital, bro, you're making multiple six figures, bro, by clicking to sell or buy, right? So it's crazy. But yeah, it's just bro, this trading journey is like a journey of self-improvement, and yeah, this is a big milestone for me. It's like seeing a little light, because I've been on this tunnel for a year and 2 months. I sacrificed everything and cut everything off, and I didn't see results for a long time. I had certain things, that came up in life, like not being able to trade or having to work a job, and they just ended up switching on my schedule. Then I wasn't able to trade in the morning, and I'll try to catch trades in between work, but I couldn't really, because I wasn't on my setup, and I had to sneak. But God does everything how it's supposed to be, and I took this risk, and I make less money now doing a sales job, but I felt like it was the right risk for me, and I've learned a lot through that. And and here we go, like things are starting to move. I'm not gonna get too over my head, because this is just a past account, but it definitely feels good. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably do a market recap tomorrow, because I might get another account and just start progressing on the other account for the rest of the week, and I'm going out of town Thursday. So yeah, I'll probably be back with a market recap tomorrow, if something happens. If not, then cool. And yeah, I'll catch y'all tomorrow with another market recap. Y'all take it easy.